Hello everyone, welcome back once again. This time I'm going to continue with the BTS individual tarot readings, and this time it's the last member, the Magne, Jungkook, and or JK. So I'm going to do this reading, this kind of update for this month, and this will be like the energies available for him in the next 6 months, also till till the end of this year. So probably I will wait 3 to 4 months to do an individual reading for him. I usually do this always with every idol, because of respect for their energies, and also because this is how the tarot works. You cannot just ask like every time you want to know something. It's like you always like, because we are using energy here and we are connected as faithfully as we can with his, so I don't want to disturb him. I know he doesn't know me or anything, but this is just some parts of the ethics of being a tarot reader. So let's start with the cards that came out for him. He got the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers, the World, the Moon in reverse, the Strengths, the Queen of Pentacles, Justice, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Swords. So the first, starting with this Queen of Cups, which is very it's very meaningful in the sense that it's curious for me, because the last reading that I did for BTS members was Taste Bees, and Taeyong, actually he got the Queen of Wands. Of course it was from a different tarot deck. This is what I'm amazed, that JK it's also starting with this energy of the Queen of Cups. So definitely they are focusing a lot on their, just like Tay got this card. I think that for JK it can also apply, that he's also doing some kind of inner work, or some kind of like soul journey when it comes to his emotions, or how to manage his emotional world the best way possible. I think that he could be represented by this Queen of Cups, because his nature is very sensitive. I always perceive him as being very spiritual and very, since his nature is very introvert, he's probably very connected to different kind of atmospheres, different kind of energy fields. It's just that he doesn't know how to manage this, and probably it's going to take him a while actually, and probably I think that he will be able to probably focus more on his spiritual side once he retires, because this industry sometimes doesn't allow him to expand this perception or this intuition, because there are so many people entering his life and getting out of his life, and and their energies are so overprotective over him and over for what he represents. So I think that definitely when he will be able to step a bit like away from this famous scene or celebrity status, he will be able to connect with a more intimate side of himself, and getting to know his attributes or his psychic powers. But his energy, even though he is being very emotional, and probably something happened in the last 6 months that has to do with feelings or with emotional connection, somehow they seem to be affected by this. But with him, I see this nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, it's always a card that for me it represents the glamorous side of yourself, when you are kind of a bit proud of who you are at the moment, of where you are standing at the moment, that somehow you are no longer doubting yourself as much, and that probably you are gathering a bit more like understanding of yourself, and at the same understanding and ownership of your own abilities and of what you represent, of how much you had grown. I think that he is definitely building a bit more of confidence, and I think that this has to do with the possibility of being more honest when it comes to feelings. I've always, since we have the lovers here and the world card, I always, whenever I read for JK, I always feel like he is someone that he is very insecure when it comes to relationships, in the sense that he is very romantic. He does goes with the flow. He loves the feeling of romance and of feeling attracted to someone, and having a connection with someone. But at the same time, I think that in this period of his life, he's very doubtful, or at least he was feeling very doubtful about how to proceed. Of course, that we have to take into consideration. Of course, we don't know him that well, but from what we can see, he is a very busy person, or at least for him, I believe that dating could be something very, it's a very, like I always say for every BTS member, it could be very traumatic if it would turn out to be discovered or to be exposed. I think that he had already been through that harsh moment when he had uh, this uh, this scandal with this tattooist, or tattoo artist, this female friend or female whatever of his, that there were pictures circulating, and I think that he definitely got a bit scared and a bit traumatized by the situation. And I think that sometimes people don't realize how much this affects someone's psyche. Even though he is very successful and he's always willing to be expressive when it comes to his artistic self, when it comes to his manhood, and when it comes to his development as a human, as a man, or a wanting man. I don't know how old is he, 23, 24, 25, I don't know. He is in this, and he had always been a very passionate man. So I think that, and also very romantic. So I think that being caught in these kind of situations where, yes, you do have very devoted fans, but at the same time you have very devoted haters at the same time, that could be among those so-called quote-unquote fans, because we never know until we can. I think that the truth will come out the day he will actually introduce his fiance or something like that, which I don't think he will, because I think that is not safe. But I think that if that were to happen, um, a lot of the fandom would show the real colors, in the sense of, are you following him because of the music and because of the talent he brings, or are you following him because he fits into your fantasies and because you are attached to him because of what he makes you feel as a person, and that you're not seeing him as a talented person or artist. You're seeing him like a product that you can consume and somehow you can quote unquote possess. So I think that he had been really hurt and shocked by this situation. So of course that now relationships are a bit. He's just someone that he just doubts himself a lot. He thinks that he has nothing to give to this person or whoever enters his life, because not only because he is so busy, and just because all the procedures and all the steps they have to go through in order to get to know each other. So probably, like I said, probably the only way he could actually connect with someone like on a real level would be someone that he knows from before, or someone that actually he had been in a connection before, like a childhood friend or someone like that that he had known for a long time. Because sometimes at the same time we have to also think that his nature is he's very reserved, he's very introvert. So even though he can have the charisma and the power to be seductive and to be attractive when he wants to, I think that the fact that he is so overprotected, it doesn't allow him to actually, being like making a move on someone, because all the cameras are on you. And even if you are not on the spotlight, you never know who's watching. So I think he's a bit awkward when it comes to how to seduce or how to attract or how to keep that person interested in more than just like phone conversations or texting, because I see like a lot of texting, a lot of words, a lot of, oh yes, how are you, how was your day? And sometimes those texts just cannot express enough. And this is why I think that he is such a talented singer, because he's able to pour all that emotion into his lyrics or into the process of making his music or the lyrics or singing a song. And but then with the lovers and the moon and I'm sorry, and the world card, definitely these moments of him actually not knowing what to choose, him being very indecisive, are coming to an end. This cycle, it's finishing in order for him to mature a bit in this sense. And I think that this has to do with the fact that he feels a bit more stable right now. I think that there's something about his he had earned something. I don't know. I think that probably has to do with material wealth. He had earned something, or something was given to him, or he had made some kind of deal that actually allowed him to feel a bit more prosperous and stable when it comes to his finances. And I think that all of them are in the same process, because I think I said the same for Tay as well. So he feels more stable. He's like, okay, now I don't want to be doubtful anymore. I don't want to run away from my feelings. I want to make a choice. I want to be able to make a choice and maintain it. And then we have the moon, the queen of the moon, the strength, and the queen of pentacles. So yes, the moon in reversed, it means that probably all the fears that he had in the past when it comes to intimacy are finally, like, he is working to with himself to become stronger, to face his fears, because I think that he has a lot of unconscious fears, probably because of how sensitive he is. He could have like some kind of nightmares, or he could have like some kind of fear to intimacy at the same time, fear of being rejected, fear of being cheated on. I think that there's something about his self-esteem that actually wasn't very nourished in the past. I think that him as a performer and as an artist, he does have this, and he does nourish himself or his image from the love and the attention of the fans. But at the same time, when we are talking about the man here, when we're talking about the human, I think he definitely feels a bit like lacking in experiences, especially experiences that has to do with getting closer to someone, because I think that he has a very vivid imagination, I think he's very romantic, and sometimes he does fantasize about having very romantic moments with someone, or very passionate encounter with someone, or with a specific person. But when it comes to reality, actually the interactions are very awkward. And I think that at the same time he's very affectionate, and he wants to express affection, but since he feels like everyone is look is everyone's is around him, and there are a lot of eyes on him, and he knows it. Even though he could be alone in a room, he can feel almost like anxiety, like being like, what if someone is watching? Or what if someone is, I don't know, hiding somewhere between the bushes and tries to take a picture? This actually it's his reality, and he's actually right. There could be people like that, despite of all the security that they have. uh, but he is like building more confidence, and he's facing these fears. I think that by the end of this year, he will become more in tune with his manhood, in the sense that he will take over of his power. And I think that his vision and his intentions is to go towards someone. And this Queen of Pentacles, actually, the reading that I did for him in February, there was a Queen of Pentacles as well, that I was talking about her, like how she was very different, and he wasn't very interested actually in her. But I think that it's this person, it's here still. So I think that now, probably, in the past he didn't want to make a move because he wasn't that interested, because he had a lot of options actually. And I think that now he wants to go, feeling himself more matured, he wants to go toward that person. I think that somehow it's not that he wasn't interested, probably, or probably it took him a long time to actually be like, oh yes, I really like her. I think that, like I was expressing in the video, which I don't remember really well, but I think that this female definitely is someone that she is very independent, and she has a career of her own, and she is very prosperous herself, and she has like a very stable personality, and she knows what she wants and what she doesn't want. So I think that probably what happened in the past is that he got intimidated by her. And I think that she is an earth sign. She could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. And the last reading that I did, I think I probably said that she could be a Capricorn, because she gave me very this kind of bossy, kind of like not very loving, but very hard to get, like very strong personality, but not in the sense of being dominating towards him, in the sense that she definitely knows her worth. So she is like being very traditional in that sense that she's not going to rush into things. She's actually waiting for him as well. She's like, okay, you want me, okay, you make the move. You be brave enough to come see me, to come do things for me, and do things, and let your actions speak for you, and show me that you really want to be with me, or that you are really interested in me. Because I think that she's not someone that follows plays around. She doesn't like it. This is why I think that there's a bit of authority in her character comparing to him. I think that probably they are both the same age, but compared to his personality, she's much more grounded, in the sense that probably she does have a lot of other suitors, or a lot of other people interested in her as well. She could be an idol as well, because there's something about her that seems very glamorous. And if she's not an idol, she could be like an actress, or someone that she's not a regular person. Actually, she is very glamorous, and but not flashy, not like, whoa, like just like very secure with what her worth is, it's like she doesn't need a man to actually make her feel like she's valuable, and I think that she is in also because I think that they had like history in the past, like in the beginning of the year. So probably he left her like because he was feeling indecisive in the past. He left her like feeling like a bit, he almost like ghosted her. So she is a bit like she's not going to be that available when he comes back. This is the reality, but I think he knows that, and this is why he's like gathering all this courage and all these strengths, inner strengths, and he wants to be bold in order to come to see her. And then with the justice and with the five of cups in reverse, definitely karma is finally going to be on his favor, in the sense that he's going to be able to let go a bit of fears of the past. Like I was saying, for him relationships are not easy. He actually doesn't know what it's like to work on a relationship and actually put the effort. He does know how to attract people to him because his Venus is in Libra, so he definitely is very attracting. He's very alluring. He's not someone that he has a lot of words, but his body language, he's a lover boy in the sense that his body language is very romantic. It's very soothing. He's the kind of person that when he's looking at you, you can see in his eyes that he is interested, and he makes everything seem so romantic and so smooth. He doesn't come off like creepy or like overly sexual or something like that. He is actually very smooth. He's very elegant. But at the same time, there's something childish about him. So this is why I think that compared to this female, he definitely needs to come out with a different offer, with a different perspective, because I think that she doesn't like to be fooled. I think that probably she had like disappointments when it comes to, probably she has other people that are famous as well after her. She's like a bit tired of that scene, and of people actually, like I always say, for females it's not that safe of a place. But then at the Eight of Swords, it means that he should let go of those inner fears that he has. And I think that he definitely needs to find someone that he can trust and talk to that person about how he feels. Because when he starts, or when he is going to be like working on this relationship, fears are going to come out of nowhere to haunt him again. So obviously he does need to work on these fears and work on these wounds to see why they appear and what it means, and actually to be able to see that the past is the past, and that now he's in a new chapter with this person, and that nothing can hurt him. I think he does have a lot of fears, unconscious fears about losing the people that he loves, in the sense that he doesn't want to ruin anyone's life. I have the feeling that probably he did have like some kind of like a high school sweetheart or something like that. I don't know if that's how you say it in English, but that's what came out of my mind. Like he had like a high school girlfriend or someone like that he actually promised her something and he never kept his word. Or maybe he had to break up with her, and they both got really hurt. But he had to work, he had to be devoted to this life that he has now. But he is very remorseful and very regretful about that. So this is why now that he has the possibility to meet someone new, he is always very hesitant about, do I make the move or not? And what does it mean? Do I really want this person? Like, it's not about wanting the person. It's not about the person. It's actually about what implies to be with him, and about all the restrictions that this person needs to have. I think that that the fact that they do not have the freedom to talk about who they are dating or who they are with, probably if this person or this female is someone that is very romantic, um, she will not be able to be like, oh yes, my boyfriend is this. There's a lot of secrecy, and there's a lot of restrictions and rules to be followed and protocols. So there's actually not, like, it's not very romantic if you think about it this way. But since she could be an earth sign, definitely I see her like knowing the industry and knowing what these protocols are about and why they are applied, of course. But I see him like being really fearful of hurting others because for them to be with them. I think that he had seen the damage in the past, and he doesn't want to bring people into his life so they can get hurt or get like affected somehow because of his popularity. But he definitely needs to break free of this thought, of this way of thinking, because actually he is much more free, and actually he is much more capable of overcome this if he is with the right person. And I think that this person, since she's very practical and she's also very stubborn, and she's also someone that has ideas of her own, I think they will help each other out to work on their relationship. And I think that this is what he needs. He needs to work on the relationship and be as devoted in the relationship as he is in other aspects of his life. So it's all about commitment. But he definitely needs to make a decision. He cannot just be like waiting for them to be like being like lovers on the phone, and like he needs to make like more meaningful gestures toward that person to let that person know that he actually cares. And I think that this also has to do with the fact that definitely he needs to be confident enough to speak up his needs, to be like talking to whatever higher ups are there, or the bosses or the CEOs or the managers, whoever these people are, and being like, okay, I have to see this person because this person is important to me. I want I want people to make it happen for me. Or I want to have a date with certain person. I want to see her, or I want to go see her, or I want her to come to see me, and I want you to work for me and to make things happen so we can have a beautiful date. I don't know, something like that. But he needs to stop making demands about what he wants to accomplish as a human, what his needs are when it comes to his emotional and personal needs. I think that he had always been very reserved when it comes to these matters, and he is a bit shy. He doesn't like to ask favors and get other people involved because he knows that gossiping and stuff. But I think that he is in this point of his career and obvious of his influence in the company where actually he can like he can be able to to start making requests for things or events that are important for him. So yes, this is all I have for JK, and at the same time I think that also this will allow him also to unblock all these blockages that he has when it comes to his artistic inspiration, because I think he had been a bit blocked when it comes to inspiration, or when it comes to him finishing his solo project. But I think that once he starts like finding solutions for this relationship to work, I think he will be more inspired, and you will be able to see him a bit lighter and a bit like happier and a bit like more comfortable in his skin, and to be able to sing beautiful love songs again. So yes, guys, this is all I have for him. So thank you so much for being here. Of course, I appreciate your feedback as always, and I will love your recommendations. So thank you so much for being here. See you in the next video. Bye.